Spoilers for the previous part, but in case you don't want to watch that, previously on Project Zomboid. It was our second attempt at attempting to beat this mutant world of Zomboid that contained exploding zombies, super sprinters, super crawlers, and zombies that were bordering indestructible. Due to a debilitating injury caused by an exploding zombie, set us off really poorly, but we managed to come back, finding a decent car and a great build-up of resources, and also achieving the highest level of skills I've ever had this early in a Zomboid world. Despite the hurdles, we make good progress towards our goal, of which is, can I survive 100 nights? Welcome back to another episode of Fishy Struggling to Do Anything. This is day 15, so I sincerely hope you're caught up on everything. If not, essentially what I'm doing is, I'm leveling metalworking and attempting to level mechanics so I don't ever have to replace my car. This little tanky thing has lasted me a while. I intend on keeping it that way. I need 16 more. Okay, right. It was soon time to head out, so I read the metalworking books and the mechanics. It was going to be a bunch of disassembling of metal structures and possibly training more mechanics to gather spare engine parts. I took a trip down to MULDRAUGH's main street. There was lots of buildings and lots of metal to be deconstructed. This is perfect, but unfortunately there's a bunch of fire in here, so we have to make this very quick and just disassemble all I can. I feel like there's a lot of zombies. Oh my fuck! Anyway. Oh. Joyous occasion, we are level 6 metalworking. Yeah, I got a new skill there, what, +1 metalworking, so it just, forwarding is 5% more effective at searching trash, right? Thanks, dynamic traits. Right, well, I think we're going to have to call the metalworking early, because the fire has now spreaded to my special place. Oh my... Get out the fucking way! I'm scared, I'm just leaving. As usual, my world's proving that when something goes wrong, it all goes wrong. So I headed back to my home after that incident. I got level 7 metalworking, the exact level I needed. This is probably not going to work. Wait, what? I just got level 8 metalworking from that? That's crazy. It would seem that the creation of metal structures give you a lot more XP than disassembling them. Thus, I got to level 8 very quickly. And level 8 had a very unique bonus that I didn't know about. I could create metal walls. I assumed these were near indestructible, so I decided to use them to lock off the back door to my house, thus completely denying the zombies a whole entrance to my base. The less vulnerable spots in this place, the more likely I am to survive. Unfortunately though, making things out of metal is a very demanding process. It was on our to-do list to obtain more. However, it was already super late into the day. There was no point in me going out right now, I would probably just die. So for today, I attended to the base, done some foraging, and replaced the food in my traps. On day 17, I noticed a fatal error where I placed my traps. The location of where they are matters, and apparently farmland isn't ideal. So I placed them deep within the forest. They should yield better results. Today it was going to be a simple day. I needed car parts really badly. My engine was falling apart. I done what I could to repair it by giving it a brand new hood, and then headed down to MULDRAUGH carefully. The plan was to take other cars apart to fix my own. I made one quick stop to get level 6 mechanics, and then headed down to MULDRAUGH, and I found many healthy cars ready to be stripped. 67%. Well, it's a good start. Let's go find some more parts. On my travels, I found a motorhome. I probably wasn't going to need it, but in the off chance my base was leveled, this might be handy to have. After a day of collecting a ton of car parts and repairing my engine, I took my newly found motorhome and I headed back home. The next day, the first thing I did was check my traps, and this new location was finally yielding some results. We got 2 bunnies. And I added some extra security measures. These short fences will be useful if I'm ever overwhelmed by zombies. You can never be too safe. Wonderful. So, I can use those to jump around if like a horde of like 50 show up and I need to start running away from them, I can use that like I did in the previous video. Most of the day I spent attending the base, and it got far too late far too quickly for me to want to go out right now. And that leads us to day 19. There was still a lot to do, but day 20 was arriving, and with day 20, the XP multiplier goes down from 3 to 2. I wanted to make the most use out of this, so I began to level my foraging. How did that give me 576 XP? You know what? We've earned that. Holy shit, we actually found some normal food that isn't going to poison me. Right, that should be me done. Yeah. Level 8. That's as high as it's getting, unfortunately. I don't have the book for it, and it would take far too long for me to level up to 10. The main exits are secure, right? But this is still all wood. Maybe I should make a safe. Instead of worrying about the entirety of the house being safe, maybe I should focus on a smaller section. Making an area metal, fire resistant, and then you can move the fridge into the safe room. Maybe I make like a section here out of complete metal. Yeah, I like that idea. I can work on that for the next couple of days, because I haven't built day 40 until I want to lock down and just pass the time, because I don't want to attract attention to myself. We'll lock off the mains, like, and make a safe area in the house that is completely secure from the fire. Let's do that. And with that, it takes us into day 20, where some events may occur. Day 20 was here. It was time to spin this cruel little wheel. May it have mercy on me. That's not so bad. That's actually one of the lesser ones. I'll probably choose cooking or something like that, but hey. One more time. Zombie health buff. Okay. Okay. I can totally live with that. Let me just... And then cooking. Level down, level down. Okay, yep, that was a very, very tame day 20. My worries disappeared, as day 20 was not as problematic as I was expecting. It was very tame compared to all my other worlds, so a bit more peace was to ensue before anything else. And the success didn't stop there, as my first crops were finally being finished. Oh look, it's seed-bearing lettuce. We have our first food injection. Very happy about that. Right, let's go and see if we can get some car wrecks or something, and... Oh! Found one! And the grind continued, obtaining metal for my base, and car parts for the car I couldn't seem to stop crashing. Wait, hold on. Can you make a fridge? Or is the only way to get them is to just find them in the world? Because that would be unfortunate if I had to come all the way to like West Point to find one. I then had a donation, the first person of this world who desired to inconvenience me.
Bye-bye fuel.
Wait, what? Empty gas can tank. There you go. Here you go. I'm pouring out both. Thanks. Really appreciate that, bro. Unfortunately, though, the hardships weren't going to end here. No! 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 After an absolutely terrifying experience that nearly took my life, but fortunately didn't debilitate my movement, I got the hell out of there. And I don't want to be here anymore. I'm leaving. Oh. Day 20 is ending, thank God. For day 21, I wanted to find additional propane tanks. I had a mod installed that allowed me to refill them, but I didn't want to use it unless I was absolutely desperate. So I decided to search entire new cities in order to find one. But first, I decided to clear out a gas station to fill up, and for the sake of future convenience. I began to search areas I've never even been in before, in order to find something, but alas, no luck. And so the search continued into day 22. I had a specific location in mind, but it was very north, so it was going to take some time to get there. But unfortunately, there was one more obstacle coming my way that I could not have predicted. What the fuck? Silly Jokes just dropped 16.
Drunk drive time.
Wait, what? Oh! No! No, 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 no. Someone then donated again. This time, it was to get incredibly drunk while I was driving. Thus, today was also probably going to be wasted. Pardon the pun. Inebriated. Because that just kills your guy. If I start dying, unfortunately, due to this, the plans had to be delayed a day, as the alcohol would not only make me incredibly drowsy, but I physically couldn't drive straight. Let's just go home. I can't move. Like, I can't even turn. Hold on. Oh my god. There's a helicopter inbound as well. Driving. I have to... Oh, fuck no. Oh, fuck no, bro. Fuck no. They're gone. We're fine. Please just get me home. I'm about to pass out. I'm max fatigue. Okay. That was intimidating. But we're fine. So, day 22 had to come to an end. And fortunately, my chat was merciful. I nearly overdosed on alcohol and nearly died. But the guy who donated it said he didn't want me to die. He just wanted me to be drinking and driving. So they had mercy on me. God bless you, chat. Time of water for the early morning. And then we'll head out and attempt to do that again. This time, don't kill yourself via alcohol poisoning. And so my search for propane continued. I was heading to a location I haven't been in a long time, and I had to be a lot more careful on the roads as the increased population was beginning to show. In the middle of nowhere, there's already just a bunch of zombies. If you're curious though, I'm heading to Riverside. From what I'm seeing on the map, there's a good chance of propane being here. Holy fuck, that is so many. Excuse me while I gun down the entire population of Riverside. Whoosh. Gah. 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 I'm not having an easy time right now, I can't lie. No, 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 no. I'm scared. I barely entered Riverside, and I was already chased out by at least about 40 sprinters. I'm kind of terrified to actually go deeper. Do I even have... I barely have any ammo left. The one thing that went wrong in this world is I got a bunch of ammo for guns that I don't have. I wonder if Riverside has a police station that I can loot. Maybe get a 308 gun or something would be really cool. Or even just some ammo for my pistols. Several hours of killing later. Yummers. Bloody hell, there's still more to go. I started with the garage area. It was unlikely to find anything here, but I have found small propane tanks here before, so it was worth checking. I don't think there's gonna be anything here. Ugh. I think maybe it would be a good idea to take the generator, because I only have one or two at home, and I have a distinct feeling they're gonna burn. Another empty okay, well you know what, we're getting a couple of things. We call them pixie stick. Oh my god! Oh my god! Fuck, you just opened the door. I just heard the door open. Bloody hell, man. This is getting serious as a heart attack, man. After very little luck at the garages, it got a bit too dark, so I decided to rest in a nearby house. But you know me and my luck, don't you? Okay, right, well, what can go wrong will go wrong. I got pretty desperate. I moved my car into a garage and then slept in the car. I really needed the sleep. I just prayed I didn't die during my sleep. Okay, I'm gonna set my alarm. Day 24, the slaughtering continued. I was clearing factory areas in order to find propane. Fingers crossed that I could, otherwise we're going to have to use some cheaper methods, which I was hoping to avoid. Immersion breaking! Unsubscribe! Smash window. I know what you are. I knew that you were gonna do that. I knew you were gonna open that fucking door. God, zombies opening doors is, like, at least in the top 3 most scary fucking things in this game. I began to check the warehouse, and even disassembled boxes to get to the ones in the back. If this factory had nothing, I wasn't sure what I was going to do. And I really don't think going to West Point is a good idea. Going there on a regular population is scary enough, but with all the things that are in this world, I think it would just be a straight up death. I'm getting a bunch of propane torches, which is nice, but it's really not what I need. Ridiculously tired again. Whilst I wasn't finding any propane, I did find a metal workbench, and this can utilize the metalworking skills I've built over this playthrough, and can allow me to make incredible machinery, guns, melee weapons, armor, incredibly useful things for this world especially. I could create guns from scrap, and use the ammo that I've obtained that I can't use and turn it into something I can. However, it was extremely heavy, so I had to figure out how to get it back. Okay, I have an idea. The plan was I would have to drop some things that I wanted in sacrifice for the metal workbench, but first I needed sleep. I was ridiculously tired, and I'm not going to drive back until I was rested, in case I passed out behind the wheel. It was basically nighttime at this point, so I had to make it quick. I dumped a bunch of the stuff I didn't need, or I could live without, and grabbed the metal workbench, and then it was time for home. Propane was a no-show, so unfortunately, I may have to resort to something that actually allows me to use the metalworking skill I obtained. My sincerest apologies. I'll do better next time. I'm gonna have to go to sleep though, before I take a drive here. It's way too dark. So we're gonna go to the roof, and we're going to enjoy a nice relaxing sitting on a plastic chair and sleeping. Okay, you can stop. You can stop sleeping. My god, you slept. This guy slept for 12 hours. And the power just went out, so my food's about to start rotting. It's time to go back to base. Whilst the propane side of things was a complete failure, we did get some cool stuff that we can use. It seems I may have to resort to a cheaper method in order to achieve what I'm looking for. Which is a shame, but I hope you won't mind. I've been trying to complete this world for so fucking long, I'm done. I'm done, guys. My food's gonna rot at this rate. Clearly 0.5 increase in population isn't the reason these roads are absolutely fucking devastatingly full. Oh wait, hold on, then again, it is population peak. It's day 25, and it's insane population peak. I forgot about that. Right, okay. Let's grab the industrial propane tank when we get back. See if we can refill it there then. Okay, that tree was is practically invisible. Okay, you can't blame me for that. Several hours of driving later, I arrived home and set up the generator. If I waited much longer, I was probably going to risk losing a lot of my food. Then I set up the metal workbench. Evidently not... How did I fuck that up? I wanted to check the info on it. Wow. Wow. Day 26. I headed down to the gas station. I was going to obtain some propane. After visiting the on-fire gas station, I filled up and then headed back. It was time to continue with the metalworking. Oh god, I fucked up. I don't want to talk about it. Eyes on the road, I know. Okay, shut up. I don't know why that's so funny to me. I didn't even crash yet, I just knew I fucked up. I was just, before I even crashed, I was like, oh, fuck. I need to go and find the engine parts again very soon. This car's about done for. Again. After refilling the propane tanks, it was time to get back to work. The creation of this fortress was going to take a while, and I really wanted it done before day 40. I'm gonna go throw my propane again in this room. I spent the night doing that, and woke up the next morning, quickly harvested my first apple tree, and prepared to get more metal. I guess I can take a trip to Rosewood. Did I even make it there though? I think Muldra is probably safer. Rosewood's way too far. I think let's head to Muldra. Rosewood's a bit too unsafe for my liking, so... Well, not necessarily because of the place itself, but just because it's really far away. I'm sure there's stuff still around Muldra I can pick up, and I really don't fancy going to West Point or Riverside again. That shit nearly got me killed so many times. I began to deconstruct what I could within this hotel. There wasn't much, but I may as well collect it while I'm here. That door is made out of fucking titanium. Goodies. I have reached my limit on how much crap I can take. Let's go depot it in the car. The next stop I was at was ideal for metal. There was a ton of fridges and ovens to be deconstructed. However, the place itself was, well, prone to burning. Oh no, this is gonna be very good for metal. Wait, don't tell me the fire here is just gonna fucking destroy all the fridges. So, I come here immediately, and the fire just immediately destroys everything. Thanks for that. I had to wait a few minutes for the fire to die down. A few things were destroyed, but there was still enough here that it could still be of great use to me. Let's even grab the headlights off this car before I leave, and then I'm gonna head home. Headlights, finally. It's nice to be able to see where I'm going again. I think this is like the fourth or third time I've had to repair them. One sleep later, after a rough night, I began to use the rabbit meat I found in the traps. Everything was coming together quite nicely. Cooking's back to level 2. Get all the pipes. I seriously just got metalworking level 9. I've never even had up to level 6 before. It's the highest skill I have. It's actually insane how such a little change makes me prioritize that skill finally. And as well, I was putting to use the metal I obtained. We made good progress on making this place a fortress. These are seed bearing now, aren't they? Oh fuck me. That's a lot of tomatoes. That was not your Discord, don't worry about it. It was in fact mine. My friends are very kind. I do believe that is the main section they're done. The only problem is if there's fire around there, these walls begin to burn down anyway. So it might be worth beginning to dismantle these areas as well and replacing them with metal. It might be my only option anyway. It might be worth disassembling this door as well, just so that there's no fire here whatsoever. Yeah, I'll probably do that. I'm gonna have to disassemble this counter as well. Maybe it's for the best. The less wood, the better. And that is the only areas I have to worry about there is here now. But like, that is a decent start. I don't know how necessary. I really hope fire doesn't spread through here, but I guess we're gonna find out one day. But for now, this is a good start. Just need metal all along here now. So about double the metal I just needed. I think I have enough to maybe cover up at least half. I need to see. There's a lot of metal around me still. Discord, shut the fuck up. I can use that as like an emergency... Actually, I haven't... it'd probably be better left as an emergency exit, honestly. Because I can just kind of eat out whenever I want. You get the gist. I'm building. I'll skip it a bit. I'm gonna need a lot of metal. Time to refill once more, and probably obtain more metal. Who would have thought? Right, let's get this generator set up. Oh shit. Incredibly inconvenient timing. Full propane, full gas. I want to get more metal. I might as well while I'm down here. High-level metalworking, like carpentry, when you begin to dismantle things, you get a lot of resources from them. Example A. Oh my oh, jeez. I can't even pick all that up. Fuck me, that was close. Well, I can't enter my car for a hot minute. Hot minute. God help me. I was hoping to loot this place, but it's looking kind of bleak. It's too late to be out doing all this. I got what I came for. On day 31, I finally got around to upgrading my backpack. It doesn't do too much. It's a tiny bit of extra space, but it's convenient with the extra slots that it allows you to have. There's a bunch of just random jazz you can do with it. Like, you can put your canteen with water there, which is pretty cool. I don't know what I can show you how much water you've got left in it. Put a wrench there. I'm not sure how useful that is, but you can. Your welder's mask can go there for some reason, which I guess is useful for, like, so you don't have to constantly wear it. Propane torch can go there. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And finally, I was able to complete my metal project. 4 metal sheets per. It's just fucking brutal on the soul, isn't it? This has been an exhausting process, but it's done. I don't know if the wood floor is going to be a problem, but I can replace this. Scrap small sheet. I have those. Interesting. If I do that, surely they can't get set on fire. There's no entryway for the fire to get here. Maybe I just take the time to do it. I have enough metal to just kind of surround the outskirts here. And we finally made it past the first month, making it into February. I set out early that day to obtain the last of the metal I'm going to need for the base. I'm pretty sure I've scrapped about 90% of MULDRAUGH at this rate. Damn, that's a lot of shit for one thing, isn't it? I knew you were gonna blow up. I just fucking knew it. So long as I'm in the car, you guys are fucking useless. Despite clearing these areas at least 3 or 4 times, the population peak was beginning to show, especially in the city. Where the fuck did you all come from? I've already killed like 50 zombies around here. Where did you even... whatever. Other than the zombies coming out of the ground, the day was relatively successful. I replaced my hood yet again, found some engine parts, and got a ton of metal. I was easily finishing this floor. Level 10 fucking metalworking. I have never ever had metalworking maxed out. Never. Another full day of metal grinding was coming to an end. Hopefully this will be the last time I have to come out, but we'll see. Early on day 33, as I said, it was time to finish the floor. The less wood that surrounded me, the better. I think this is more than enough. Unless a zombie gets in here, this isn't going to get set on fire. God, I really hope this is worth it. The only thing I can do now is, like, make more gates. Maybe I just sit and wait it out and pray the Wheel of Fortune isn't too cruel to me. As you know, judging by the amount of times I'm crashing my car into nothing for no reason, I'm kind of a klutzy idiot sometimes. And for an entire stream, probably about 4 to 5 hours worth of gameplay, I completely fucked the audio settings on a clipping software, meaning that the entirety of the audio sounds like this. Rifle, can I not make shotgun ammo? So instead of subjecting you to that torture, I will give you the highest quality experience that is available to me, without spending another month attempting to complete this challenge. But essentially what I'm doing here is I have created gunpowder from the bullets that I can't use, and I'm creating other versions of ammo, including pistol and rifle bullets, and then intend to create scrap weaponry, which whilst isn't as powerful as necessarily the military grade weapons you'll find, at least it's better than having a gun with no ammo, which is currently my case. I can disassemble certain weapons and turn them into gun parts to create these. Various modded weapons I'm unable to dismantle, but my chat allowed me permission to do that anyway. And there is a lot of things you can create here. I'll give you a rundown of a few of them. First up was the basics. A pistol that uses scrap pistol rounds, quite powerful, but quickly breaks. It's useful because the ammo that I can make for it is very cheap. I was basically out of 9mm and 45 ACP, so it was just time to turn to other things. This was going to be the main weapon I used. The next thing I created was a Gatling gun, which sounds intimidating, but essentially what it is a big fucking machine gun with 100 round capacity. However, it used pistol bullets, so essentially it was just a glorified SMG that weighed way too fucking much. Still, I wanted to make it because, well, I had the fucking things to do it, so why not, right? It would be good for base defense if a lot of them show up, but it was like 20 encumbrance. There was just no way I could carry this about. I went out the next day to find a few different things for the next gun I needed, and I also got level 10 aiming, which I've never had before. But I also have a bunch of books that help me level aiming anyway, which I know may piss off a few people. I might make a second hardcore video where I take a lot away of these things now that I'm better at the game. Let me know if you want to see that, because I'm more than happy to do that. But later, I decided to make an access way to the roof from outside, put the generator on the roof so that the zombies couldn't destroy it, and then place the Gatling gun up there as well. This is my last stand, so to speak. It shouldn't come to that, but you just never know. But then I had just enough gun parts left to create one more weapon. I was torn between a sniper and an assault rifle, but I figured the assault rifle would probably be a lot more useful, especially if you're getting overwhelmed by sprinters. It kind of just reminds me of the Rust AK. It's just pretty basic. It's an assault rifle, you can't complain. But I was prepared to make it to day 100. I locked myself up in my house and prepared, and I was hoping that day 40 would have some mercy on me. Eventually it got to day 40, and it was time to spin the wheel again. Nothing really happened, but I did spend about a week building up the area of the base, giving it a massive balcony and a bunch of escape areas, just in the off chance something happened. It's also just very useful to have a killing floor. But the wheel wasn't too bad. The 3 things I got was a small aid of my choosing, which is actually one of the few beneficial things I have on here, a week-long blizzard, and injury severity was increased, meaning any burns or lacerations I have will be significantly worse, lasting longer and being more painful. So let's let the next 20 days begin. It is currently day 44. 4 days passed, with not really a lot to talk about. I was basically sitting in my base, passing the time. I collected food from the traps in the farms, continued watering them, and stayed out of sight, especially with a blizzard outside. Things would creep up on you in seconds, and you wouldn't even hear them coming. Although I did have a few Vietnam flashbacks, if you know, you know. I even got to the point where I'm sitting at my front door, and so much time is passing that I'm passing out at the front door, and nearly starving to death. So long as I'm in this area, no zombies are going to spawn in. This quite literally is just a waiting simulator now, praying that no events occur to bring them to me. And time continued to pass until this. Now unfortunately I have to make your ears suffer for a minute, because it's important. That's a care package, okay. That's the game-ending event. This area was far too isolated to ever have to have the reoccurrence, but whatever zombies are around this area, they were here. And one fire zombie is all it takes for everything to go wrong. So I began to test my AK for the first time, and even with the health buffs, it was still pretty good for a weapon that was supposedly scrap. However, once again, quite a large fire began, and it began to make its way to my base. I would have to spend the day on high alert, just in the off chance that a few flames made their way down. And I was spot on. Large sections of fire made their way down through the forests, albeit slowly moving. I spent most of the day sprinting around with water, attempting to alleviate some of the damage they were about to do. This continued deep into the night. The fire was quite literally burning my fences down, and I was almost out of water. As a matter of fact, water collectors themselves actually nearly got set on fire too. After using all the water I basically had, and about 6 hours later, at midnight, I was finally able to rest. But with every storm, there is the silver lining. I was able to collect what was in the care package. I wasn't necessarily desperate for anything, but it contained jars of food, fishing equipment, fertilizer, and a few other bits and bobs, but it was really nothing I needed. But overall, besides these events, this was a very calm 20 days. But with every 20 days passing, more events were likely to occur, more spins on the wheel, and God knows what else awaited us. I'm just praying the good luck continued. Wasting no time, let's get straight into it. Day 60, the wheel is to be spun. Starting off, -4 any skill. I was most likely going to choose farming or something that didn't inconvenience the skills that I really needed, such as metalworking or aiming. Permastorm, basically meaning a massive powerful storm was to ensue until the next wheel spin, aka 20 days. Next was a small horde of 35. I would spawn them nearby me. Due to being at the base, this could be problematic. I then landed on mid-horde. Combining the two, therefore I would spawn in 100 zombies nearby me. Now this was, not looking good. And don't worry, we're almost at the stage where the audio goes back to normal, but unfortunately this very intense moment was ruined as it sounds like a jet engine in my room. Believe me, I am just as disappointed. But before any of that began, I lowered my first aid to level 0 again. I had it on level 4, and I didn't really feel like debuffing my farming. I don't know why, I actually just like how convenient it is. It's a really dumb thing to do, and you shouldn't do it if you have this option, but I did. Next up, I spawned 100 zombies just over a fence nearby my house. I obviously didn't want to spawn them on top of me, I don't know how that would be fair, but I spawned them in and instantly ran to the car. I was praying to God that fire zombies didn't surround the house and make all this work for nothing, but ultimately, I didn't really have an option. I just had to kind of leave. First thing I did, I drove the car past the fence to bait them into me. This would mostly involve sprinters coming after me, and I leaded them away from the house, so I could kill them in safety within the car, but also not being near the house. If something explodes, I really wouldn't have time to extinguish the fire whilst dealing with all the other zombies. Eventually, however, I realized that it wasn't working as the dirt was making my car significantly slower and all the zombies were just exploding on it anyway. I began to exit the general area via the path I normally take to get to other cities. I would deal with the sprinters there instead. It was at this point I could fully use my scrap weaponry, and it was very efficient, well worth the time investment, and I'm glad I made a ton of bullets for it as well because they do not go down easy. However, a massive blade with level 10 strength and like level 6 long blade, it's also a pretty decent way to deal with them. Within a few hours, I must have killed about 50 to 60, and I wasn't even sure how many were around at this point. Whether this was 60 of the 100 that I spawned in, or from other areas, I wasn't really sure, but I was desperate to get back to my base as soon as possible. With the generator on, the zombies were probably going to begin bashing down my constructions. The quicker I get back, the sooner I can protect it. I arrived back at the house after about 4 hours of fighting, and as expected, a bunch of fire zombies were surrounding the base. I didn't know how bad it was yet, but it wasn't looking great, but I would have to see. I was hoping the metal worked. I spent a little extra time clearing the zombies that were left in the field, and then checked on the damage in my house. And it would seem that the damage was actually very, very limited. Only a few broken down walls due to fire zombies, which was absolutely beyond surprising to me, but I certainly am not complaining. I don't want to have to rebuild a house. And now you can actually hear my voice normally, without me whispering in your left ear. The first thing I want to do is I want to replace these, or well, this specific wall. I think that was the only thing that was broken, so that'll be easy to repair. And I see the food's done as well. Right, let's get on that. I genuinely don't think there's much I can do. Once again, I think it's going to be a case of me waiting out the time more than anything else. I just hope the zombies in the area don't cause too many problems, because I don't think I killed all of them. I don't really feel like going out into the rain at night to find them. For some reason on day 61, the storm randomly was changed with snow for some reason, and I had no idea why. It's very weird. I don't know why it's not storming anymore. It is now snowing. I didn't know it could happen during a storm, but, well, it says it's active, so I'll believe it. We spawned in 100 zombies here. I really can't believe that we killed them all that quickly. I feel like this is like the hardest skill to level up. Like, even with a 100% boost from the perks I took at the start of the game, this would still take me like 5 to 6 in-game days, and even then, I think I wouldn't make it to level 9. It's the one thing I don't like leveling without books. it would take so long. Like up to level 2, manageable. Anything after that takes you days. What I can do is smoke the ganj and pass the time until day 80, because I really don't foresee any major events like in the previous insane challenges we've done. I really doubt they're going to come here. We'll see. I don't even know if I'll ever need to actually water these anymore. It's a 20-day storm, which the one benefit is that I actually don't have to attend my crops anymore. They're just permanently full in water. And so, once again, the waiting game continued. A healthy diet of peaches and tomatoes. Besides filling up on water and attending the plants, I would occasionally survey the area in case zombies were beginning to spawn back in. That's the only zombie I see anywhere near the location of my base. That's literally it. Just this one guy. I just realized actually there's one flaw to this base. Certain zombies open doors. These doors don't have locks. It might be something I want to look into before it gets too late, because if another 200 zombies just suddenly spawn around me, you know, well, at least one of them is going to open the door. Maybe I should put, like, I don't know. Honestly, at this rate, it felt like I was more so playing Stardew Valley than Zomboid. All I was doing was harvesting plants and gathering rabbits for when I needed more calories. Come on, jump over. Yeah. Right. Oh my... What the fuck was that? There's one fuel can done. I'll probably bring up the other now. And I have two smaller ones, which should be able to get the generator through till... What's his name? Until the 100th day. I think I'll very easily be able to make this. God, my fitness keeps... My fitness and strength keep lowering because I'm sitting around doing nothing. These are seed bearing. I need to bring these in now. I also somehow gained this trait, and I really don't actually know how it appears. I actually got a new trait there. I'm not sure how this one appears, but it's just good to have. I'm just going to grow these now because it's a lot easier, because if this storm's on, then I just get to, you know, have free water anyway, so... I wrote down that March 21st is day 80. I'm going to craft a bit more ammo for my assault rifle in the off chance that tomorrow I have to spawn in like 200 of the bastards, so... Let's turn what's left into ammunition, which I think I just need scrap for. I'm not going to need... any of this anymore, so right, let's pray to God I don't die. Right, we're gonna do this 5 times quickly. And right off the bat, it was already horrible. That's not good. Harsh blizzard, so a max strength blizzard for 7 days. Hearing increase. That's fine. Intelligence increase. I think that just kind of increases the amount of chance they have to open doors and stuff. Zombie sight increase. Okay. This is about to be hellish. And then 125 zombies. Unlike the previous spawning of zombies, these guys just straight up started coming after me. Oh, sweet Jesus, we gotta go. I may be mildly fucked. Oh my god. I didn't expect them to come that quick. We gotta go. Oh shit, there's a tree in front of me. Unfortunately, a zombie exploded right next to my house. I had a feeling this was going to be fatal to some degree, but I wouldn't be able to tell until much later. All the sprinters came right at me, and I had no other choice than to just go. Drive, motherfucker, drive! Wait, why is the path filled with trees now? Huh? Duh. I can't move. Move! God damn it. This was a mistake. I hear a fucking airdrop or something as well. What is happening?
Fuck this, I'm better off with a fucking sword at this rate.
Combat was proving quite difficult. The zombies were absolutely tanking the bullets. The hearing distance of zombies was increased, so they were coming out of the trees from miles away, and I had an injured, lacerated hand, making any form of melee significantly more difficult. This was definitely day 80. This challenge was becoming fearsome. If the car broke down here, I was going to be suffering.
Oh my god, yeah, this population is intense. The timing on this laceration should be fucking studied.
With the amount of zombies charging at me and exploding, causing a great amount of fire, I had to keep pushing back. The more fire that spreaded, the more likely it was to reach places, such as my base and other locations, that may contain loot that I need. With the amount of fire currently at my base, I wasn't sure how much of it was going to survive, so I had to be prepared to go somewhere else in the off chance this place was leveled to the ground. And so the slow ascent back to the base, clearing zombies as I pushed through, began. Whilst my life wasn't in peril necessarily, I was still on a time limit. If the generator broke, the food would begin to rot very quickly, and the longer I spend here, the more likely it is that my base began to burn. And I can't push directly back into the base ignoring everything else, because then I get overwhelmed. The Great Purge begun.
This is about to be a very long day, and I fear my base is probably fucked here, but I think I have the means to survive anyway. We'll see when I get back. These motherfuckers are so tanky. Fuck me. A third of a clip in one zombie. They're coming from there now.
At this point, I had killed at least over 100. Most of the zombies that were meeting me here weren't actually the ones that I spawned in. The hearing distance was attracting zombies from areas I had not cleared, so they just kept coming. I was beginning to go through most of my ammo at this point, and attacking them in melee was almost a pretentious attempt. A single hand injury, and unfortunately, I'm just useless.
How many of you fuckers are going to explode? I'm just glad this car's been so resilient throughout this playthrough, because fuck me. If this was any other car, I'm pretty sure I would have lost it about fucking 70 days ago. Huh? Motherfucker. They just keep coming. This is not 125. This isn't... I think I've already killed 125 of the bastards. This must be the increased population in the areas I haven't checked before, or wasn't keeping an eye on. They've just respawned and filled them out. But instead of being on 0.8, it's on 2.7 population now, with a peak of 4. It's a good thing I'm not in a city with my base, because I would be dead. Absolutely. This is way too many zombies for you to ever stay in the city. Maybe if you were in a default world of Zomboid, not a mutant one. So look at that, like they come out of the fucking dream. There's a red helicopter. Oh no.
I had been fighting for about 10 hours at this point. I was starting to get pretty damn frustrated. They just kept spawning in. I couldn't even turn this corner. It was a complete choke point, but I kept going, because I didn't really have any other choice.
My finger's actually starting to hurt from this. We're approaching 200 at this rate, I'm just saying. And I haven't even made it past this fucking corner without a fucking ton of them appearing. Oh, yeah, way too many there. Time to start opening fire again. And the car just turned... oh god. This car is gonna go off at the worst moment, and I'm gonna die probably. I'm gonna have to stop and crash somewhere else for tonight probably. There's just no way I can kill all of these guys. They're just coming out of the fucking trees, and I've killed at least 200. I don't know where half these guns are coming from anymore. Like, they're just kind of... it's like a wave-based shooter at this rate.
Unfortunately, fatigue was catching up to me. My melee was suffering as a result. I really had to sleep this night out. It was a risk, but it had to be done. I was basically out of ammo at this point, and I was going to be relying on melee, and the only thing for that is rest. I will continue the onslaught tomorrow. To not risk freezing to death or being jumped in my sleep, I only got about 5 hours of it, and then continued down the road.
This might be game over. Like, I don't want to die here, but I can barely decipher what's road. I'm entirely using the mini-map here.
On the bright side though, my hand healed up a bit, so my sword was back to kicking ass again. And to make matters worse, the planes kept coming.
Of all the poor timings for an airdrop, this is like the worst. Oh my god, my fucking... What? Chill. I'm entirely relying on seeing at this rate, because I don't think I could hear a zombie if I tried. Hopefully the core of the base is okay. As long as... Hell, even if the fridge is just okay, that's all I care about. There just seems to be a couple of lurkers around here. I think most of the sprinters just came right for me. I'm going to stay in my car for a bit longer and encircle the place a little bit just to make sure, because I don't want to get caught out.
And after this what was seemingly an endless battle, I was finally able to enter my house again. And to my surprise, there was very little damage, if any at all, especially to the core. The plan was working as expected.
That's the problem with the population increase and then just the random amounts of leftovers left from the events is, there's always going to be lurkers.
But for the most part, it was time to return to the sloth life. Smoking weed and sleeping. Truly an ideal existence. And all I had to do was pray that nothing happened before day 100.
Don't you dare fucking get bored. You just went through hell and you want to go back out there?
Not a lot happened in the preceding time left. It was a case of me passing the time and making sure that my fitness and strength don't continuously debuff, which was, rather annoying.
You're not going to start shooting me, are you? I'd very much like it if you didn't do that.
And at long last, after many attempts and many months, we arrived at day 100.
The day is good. The crops have grown. The house is safe. It's almost pure bliss. And with that, I conclude a successful attempt at 100 days of Mutant Project Zomboid. Future Fishy, I will let you take it from here, my friend.
I can't lie, I'm glad this is done. This took so long, and it took so many attempts. I have been ill like 3 times since I started attempting this challenge, and I'm just glad it's done so I can move on to other things. But I hope you enjoyed. I'm sorry for the lack of uploads and such. I'm back at college, I've been violently ill the entire time, I'm attempting to have a social life, which is, you know, terrifying concept. Me going outside, I know, I'm truly shocked. But I will always attempt to find time to do these, so long as people are enjoying them. Let me know what you want to see next. You want me to go to day 200 in this? You got a specific challenge you want to see me attempt? A different game, perhaps? There's the comments down there, you just let me know. And if you want to keep seeing more content like this, join the Discord, support the video by subscribing and liking and such, you know the drill. I've also got a Patreon and a Twitch, if you want to reach out and support more, if you're fond of the content. But otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Take care, and thanks for all the love. I'm off to be violently ill and rot in my bed for the next week.
Bye!